Every sector has been affected by COVID, and real estate is not an exception to it. So real estate, basically I would like to the impact would be divided into two. One would be demand side and supply side. So many people are saying there would be a huge impact on demand. Some people are saying prices would fall by 20%, 30% odd. Some people are saying demand would be reduced because people don't have money to buy the expensive real estate. Some people are saying, this is on residential, some people are saying in commercial side demand would be very less. People now, company would be now giving the privilege to the employee from work from home. So this is demand side. But I think COVID-19 has majorly affected supply side for the first time. Finance was major issues which the real estate sector were already getting affected because they were not getting finance, appropriate finance for the construction. And now along with finance, they are not getting labor because of lockdown, material since it is not an essential service, and the permissions because the authority which were giving are now being diverted to fight against COVID. Hence these are the major impact from supply side, I feel. Every state RERA authority has already been giving some relief proactively, that's a very good part, to the developers, that is promoters. So the first one to start was Maharashtra, followed by the Karnataka and other states. So one of the, in circular they have given the relief was an extension to two things. One, to the completion deadline which the promoter give to the RERA authority while registering the project, and second was in compliance system. So on the regular interval basis, a promoter need to do some compliances regarding the real estate project, which was postponed to 30th June 2020. So this was a two major relief which was given by RERA authority to the promoter to the real estate project. So the circular or the order number 13 of 2020 issued by MahaRERA authority. So I would like to talk about MahaRERA first because it was the first authority that gave the relief, followed by the Karnataka on the similar line, and on the similar line by UP and again then Tamil Nadu authority. So the relief was 3 months extension to the real estate project. So whenever a promoter registers the project, it gives a certain deadline that I would be completing the whole project, real estate project, in the prescribed timeline, which was extended by 3 months, and a new certificate of registration would be issued by the authority in this regard. So they get a 3 month of extension to complete their project. That was the relief given. When I was going through the circular, read with the extension section 6 of RERA Act 2016, I find something unique. I would like to talk about that. The extension is given for the deadline given by the promoter to the RERA authorities. What about the deadlines which were given by the promoter to the allottees, that is to the home buyer, because they are the form a major class of in a real estate allottees? What about that? They have not spoke about this. So even though the extension is given to complete the project within 3 months, there won't be any penalty under RERA Act. But I doubt that this relief would prevent the allottees for asking the compensation under section 12 or section 18 of the RERA for the delay in completion of the project. One more thing I would like to say, every promoter or builder when make an agreement, that is sale agreement or agreement to sale, they have a specific force majeure clause. Now this clause contain all the parameter that a developer or the promoter would get an extension if certain calamities or event occur. COVID-19 I think would fall under this event and the builder would be getting some extension, but this extension need to be proved before the RERA authority, and I don't think so that would be a major reason of the authority won't accepting it, and they would be getting an extension. So this is the relief I think the allottee would be getting. So to assess the impact on what allotee would be having, you need to assess the project, at what stage the project is. Point 1, whether the project is within the deadline of its original timeline which was given to the promoter, which was given to the allotee, or to the rare authority. Point 1. Point 2, sometime the promoter extends a deadline and he asks for extension. So rare authority give them an extension which prescribed in section 6 of 1 year. So my concerns are, what if this 1 year is about to get over, or what already get over? In such case, can such extension which was now given by rare authority would have any force, or would be ultra virus because of not prescribed or not within the limit given under section 6? And one more thing would be under the project which are not developed or would be developing. So to broadly, I would like to divide this into three parts. One, the project which are developing and project which are struck. The project which are developing can be divided into two. Project which are under their original timeline, that is that they have a time period to complete it, and the second is the project which were already going on after getting an extension by rare authority. So now category 1, under which majority of the project would be falling, I don't see any issue, and it's a good relief given by the authority. And I also feel that allottees would be understanding that this period was a difficult time, and even they would be allowing some time for the developer, and if possible developer can cover this 3-month time, because they have a time. If they have more than a year, if they can use proper labor, and if they can speed up the work, this 3 months can be covered up. My major concerns are in the second part. So suppose for an example I would like to do, the project was about to complete, or the original timeline given was 31st March 2019. Now the promoter applied for an extension under section 6, and he got an extension of 1 year because various reason, either he was not getting permission on time, or whatever reason, I would like to say, because of no default of the promoter, he got an extension of 1 year. Hence the project was to complete on 31st March 2020. Now from 1st March, an extension of 3 months is given, but the promoter has already got 1 year of extension. Can he get over and above 3 months of extension which was already given under section 6 of 1 year? Point 1. Point 2, what if the promoter's extension deadline was not over? So he applied for an extension on 1st January 2020. So the year extension would be getting on 31st December 2020. Now if this extension of 3 months is given, then the extension would be getting over 31st March 2021. That is 1 year and 3 months of extension. 1 year and 3 months of extension. But section 6 prescribed only 1 year of extension. So can rare authority give such type of extension? I doubt. Further, I would also bring to your notice Bombay High Court judgment in Nilkamal Suburban Realtors, in which Bombay High Court said, if the builder is unable to complete the project, that doesn't give him a right not to pay compensation to the allottees. So even if you remove this 3 months, which was already in extension, I doubt the allottee would leave their compensation, because the original deadline got over in 31st December 2019. They would say whatever this force measure should happen before the original deadline. If it is happening after this deadline, I think allottee deserve a compensation even for this period. So this is my concern. I think, in my opinion, there can be two relief, or there are two relief that can be given. One would be RERA authority coming up with a clarification that this 3 month of extension given by them should be over and above the promoter's right to take 1 year of extension in the justified reason where there is no default because of promoter's own action. Hence, this 3 month should not be deducted from the extension of the promoter if he wants to take an extension. This would be the first one. And second one would be some inbuilt amendment or inbuilt proviso either under the act or under the rules which prevent the promoter in giving compensation for this 3 month. But again, this has a two effect. One, if you give a standard extension or the period to the promoter for not paying the interest, promoter might misuse this. Even if he would be capable of completing the project within the original deadline or the timeline which he gave to the allottees before this COVID-19 pandemic, he would take an undue advantage of this extension. However, on the contrary, the relief would be there would be a stop on the floods of litigation where every promoter would be asking for a compensation for the delay in the real estate project by the promoter because you are giving extension to the registration under section 5 which was given, but not to the compensation which allottee would get under section 18. So these are the two, in my opinion, that should be done. But yes, as I said, both has some advantage and has some disadvantage.